The Jets get smashed for talking trash. Peyton Manning looks better than Breeze, and Vic got sacked once again. It's another episode of Phirst Contention coming straight at you.
Let's get this party started.
Coverage tight, spotlight on tomorrow. Who you with? Trust, you'll be delighted that you followed. At Phirst Contention, the invention. We debate sports, of course we should mention. What's that? We cover games, we don't play suspensions. We 100, so if your star's missing, we let you know your squad surely gone fishing. We never fish though, no, not our motto. We sport on deals, on court, on fields. The victors, the vengeance, the legends, latest invention.
Welcome to another episode of Phirst Contention. I am your esteemed host, Marvin Banks, checking in with the Midwest up here in Minnesota. Joining me by not three, but two today are my esteemed colleagues, Mr. Ty Sosina over here in the Midwest. Ty, say what up to the fans.
Salutations. Hope everyone on the East Coast is doing well, especially Steve and Josh, who couldn't be with us today because of Hurricane Sandy.
Demola joining us over there on the West Coast. Demola, say what's up to the people.
It's the D, the A, the M, the O, the L, the A. Demola is Demola. Hola, Demola. Going on.
And this shows you why that Demola is only a guest host on the show once in a while.
And it shows
to
you
kick
why
things
happy
off,
to be on the best coast right now. So
yeah, that too. To kick things off, week eight, in the NFL. Ups, downs, heartbreaks, tragedies, good and bad. First of all, let's start with the bad. This week's disappointment. Ty, go ahead, kick us off.
all right, I'm talking about disappointment here. I think I was the first person to pick a player of the week from a losing team, so now I'm going to pick a disappointment on a team that actually won. Trendsetter is what I do. This team won 27-12, but they won in absolute horrendous fashion. I'm talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers. What the hell were they wearing? I mean, they should have been, in all honesty, they look like inmates and they should have been shot. That's how I feel. The minute no one should allow them to take the field looking like that, and I don't blame RG3 for losing them. It was just ridiculous. Those are terrible uniforms that should never be used again. It's just insulting. Hard in the eyes.
I would definitely have to agree with you on that one. I guess this week's disappointment, here's what happens when you talk trash. When you say that you want to take out a player and put some of that little hot sauce on them, here's what happens. You get smacked by a division rival, and I'm talking about the Jets, Jets. You have come off of a good win. Now you play division rival Miami. What does Miami do? Travels up north, brings Hurricane Sandy with them, and smacks you right in the mouth once again, causing another debate about who should start, whether it should be Tebow or Mark Sanchez. But the disappointment of this week has to go to the Jets.
I'm gonna have to say the disappointment for me this week was the Dallas Cowboys. The New York Giants, they go into your home, that beautiful home that Jerry Jones has built in not Dallas, Texas actually, but Arlington, Texas, and they come in, they score 20-some points in the first half. Romo, you throw 4 interceptions. They come and smack you in the face. You have an opportunity to still win the game, the Cowboys do, and you blow it because Dez Bryant isn't aware of his body and puts his hand and sticks it out of bounds. The Cowboys consistently make mental errors. They consistently put themselves in a position where they cannot win and they cannot get out of, and it's a consistent disappointment. You can't invest that much into your team, Jerry Jones, and not have mentally strong players that can come out and win a game. It just doesn't make sense. They have the talent, they have the resources, they have the coach, they have the ability, they have everything that they need to be a championship team, and they just cannot put it together. It's a disappointment, night in and night out.
They're so close to winning and still find a way to blow it. I agree with you. Let's transition from that to the surprises of the week. I'll kick this off. My surprise of the week, it's kind of owning up to a mistake I made. I said that the Chargers would come out of the AFC West. Granted, we didn't know how good Peyton Manning would be, but my surprise of the week is, the Chargers are still at it. They are napping, and they think that they can kick into overdrive and somehow make the playoffs. But the fact of the matter is, we talked about how talented this team has been for years, and it's come down to the fact that they're just not talented. They're not good, and you lose to the Browns by a score of 7-6. New York Giants got to be feeling pretty happy right now that they have Eli and the Chargers have Rivers, so it's disappointing.
D?
Well, I'll go next. The surprise of the week for me, actually, Marv alluded to it earlier, but that was his disappointment of the week. But my surprise is actually the Dolphins going up to New York and beating the Jets 30-9. I thought the Jets were going to come out, play physical, play hard, but the Dolphins are actually the team that went up there and played physical and played hard. On the back of a rookie quarterback. The rookie quarterback gets hurt in Tannehill, and their backup comes in, and they still are able to pull off a win in New York. And I didn't expect that of the Miami Dolphins. I thought they had taken this season as a wash, being that they were going to start Tannehill. But they're playing well. They're playing great. They're able to go up to New York, beat the Jets, and they're a competitor. So definitely a surprise for me there.
I guess my surprise of the week, and this is the first time that it has ever happened in his career, Andy Reid loses after a bye. What does that really symbolizes about the Eagles and his tenure there as the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles? The undefeated Falcons came up to Philadelphia and punched them in the mouth. This is the first time in Andy Reid's career that he's ever lost after a bye. I don't think this is good things for Andy Reid. I think his job is in a balance. This team is surprising with all the talent that they have, and seeing them just fluttering around doesn't look good. Doesn't look very good at all.
They're the new Chargers.
Go ahead, Ty.
I said they're the new Chargers.
No, Dallas is the old Chargers.
Dallas is the old Chargers. Well, if they were the old Chargers, they still make the playoffs, and I don't think that's going to happen.
True, too.
So we're going to move on to the player of the week. We're going to move on to the player of the week, and I'll start this off. My player of the week for this week comes on the heels of the Monday Night Football game, and that is Alex Smith, and I'm sure those were your players of the week too. But Alex Smith, he went 18 for 19, threw 3 touchdowns, a nearly perfect quarterback rating. San Francisco 49ers are going into a bye. Remember, this is on the heels. They had to perform because the San Francisco Giants just won a World Series, so there's a lot of pressure on them. And Alex Smith came out, did his job. He was kind of rocky in the 2 games before this last game against the Cardinals, but he came out, was very efficient, was very smart in the pocket, made good decisions. Took a couple sacks that he shouldn't have taken. Probably would have changed, the quarterback rating a little bit because we had a few more incompletes. But he was very, very, very good and solid. That's all San Francisco needs because they have a solid defense. They have a good special teams player. They have a pretty good running game. So as long as Alex Smith is consistent and solid and stays in the pocket and throws the ball away when he needs to and doesn't turn the ball over, they're going to be a great team.
Hey. Hello, you play to win the game. Hello. And with that being said, my player of the week, it finally shows that this team is a fraud, and I've been saying that they're a fraud for a long time. My player of the week is Doug Martin, going against the Vikings on Thursday night and demolishing the Vikings. I mean, hands down, the man put up 32 fantasy points for me. He had a career high in total yards. Tampa Bay rookie. Running back record rookie at 216 total yards. It finally exposes the Vikings for we are who they really thought they were. They are a fraud, fraudulent team.
Hey, don't talk about my Vikings now. I'll reach through this computer and punch you in the throat.
Hello. I mean, we keep it real. This is a show that keeps it real.
No lie. My player of the week, we're going to go from Monday night to Sunday night. It's Peyton Manning, over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. Granted, it was against the New Orleans defense, which has been nothing short of terrible this year. But you got to take into account what he does for his defense. He allows them to sit back and chill on the sideline and get their air. They're not accustomed to playing from behind, so you're able to see them get after Drew Brees. And while they don't have Sean Payton as their head coach, who is also an elite coach in this league, that is still a potent offense. So you saw what the Denver defense was able to do to the New Orleans offense. Why? Because Peyton kept their offense on the field and kept them on the sideline breathing and helped them forget about Mr. Tebow.
Well, that's it for Phirst Contention. This is your host and the star of the show, Debola Goodface, signing off. Peace.
ladies and gentlemen, this is why he only hosts. Never. He'll never host again. Not never. Not never.
Ride with Phirst Contention, that's full throttle in. We sport on deals, on court, on fields. The victors, the vengeance, the legends, latest invention. Phirst Contention. We sport on deals, on court, on fields. The victors, the vengeance, the legends, latest invention. Phirst Contention. Game face grit, like born for playoffs. Say it all in small time like payoff.